Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. Breaking news. Robert Morris, former Donald Trump's campaign spiritual advisor, has just pled guilty to child SA. Yeah, it's a shame when a person name keep coming up around these people that are associated with these pairs. This is Robert Morris, a former campaign spiritual advisor for the current president of the United States, President Donald Trump. Right? He's a former megachurch pastor who was once the campaign spiritual advisor for President Trump. He has now pled guilty Thursday to SA a child. Now, Morris, a funding pastor of the Dallas-based Gateway megachurch, one of the country's largest, and was accused of an Oklahoma woman, Cindy Clemishire of SA in 1980, beginning when she was only 12 and continue past the age of 16. What a sick person. Now, Morris is 64. He pled guilty in Osage County District Court to 5 felony counts of lewd or indecent act with a child, which would give a 10-year suspended sentence but ordered to serve 6 months in the Oklahoma County Jail. 6 months! 6 months for essaying a 12-year-old all the way up to 16. Now, this is not justice, families and friends. As a part of the plea deal, Morris must register as a SO, an offender, and pay $250,000 in restitution. That's it. As NBC News reported, justice has been finally served. Man who manipulated, groomed, and abused me as a 12-year-old innocent girl is finally going behind bars, said the victim. It's unbelievable. That's not justice. That's not justice. Clemishire, who was present in the courtroom, said in a statement, "My hope is that many victims hear my story and it can help lift their shame and allow them to speak up." Morris admit to some of the allegation against him to the Christian Post in 2024 and resigned from the church soon after. When I was in my early 20s, I was involved in inappropriate behavior. The young lady in a home where I was staying, he said, referring to the child. There is no such thing as consent for a 12-year-old child. Imagine. Clemishire told the court, reading from a prepared victim statement, "We were never in an inappropriate relationship. It was not a young lady, but a child. You committed a crime against me." In 2016, Morris was appointed to Trump's Evangelical Ambassador Board during his presidential campaign. 2020 roundtable discussion with faith leader in Texas, Trump thanked 2 pastors, one whom was Morris, for attending, saying there's great people great people with great reputation. I have to say that. Great reputation. Gateway Church, the team has been incredibly in hosting us. Great church declined to comment to the newspaper. Of course, they're not going to say nothing. This dirty PDF, this nasty PDF, Robert Morris, former Trump campaign spiritual advisor. It don't look good. It does not look good to see the president name keep coming up around these PDF. It not look good. Always hear the story that birds of a feather flock together. Now, it's a shame that I would say that because I'm a youth that actually rate Donald Trump. But you have to look at it and say something in a something. First, him name get called upon E.G. Carroll. Then me I hear about this Epstein file. Now it's his former campaign spiritual advisor pleading guilty to S.A. a little beanie toddler. 12 years old. 12 years old. And he was 20. I know it's a long time ago. I mean, know Trump probably never knew about it. But these things are shameful and disgraceful. 64 years old, and he's only getting 6 months for tampering with the innocent of a young one. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Rastafari Soldier of Deep Roots TV. I'm reporting burning the fire pan a PDF. Robert Morris. Yes, he's Donald Trump's former campaign spiritual advisor. And like I said, I'm not shying away from it. I man is a man that rate Donald Trump. But him name keep coming up around these PDFs. And like I said, my grandmother told me many times, bird of a feather flock together. Leave your comment on this one, ladies and gentlemen. What do you think? Why do you think so many people that has been involved in these scandals, these PDF scandals, are associated with the President of the United States? Something in a something. You are gonna take Robert Morris. You didn't get the right punishment. 6 months. Big pastor, big founder of a megachurch. For what it's worth, John sleep. You can't hide and you can't play seek. More life, more joy. Leave your comments on this one. Fire! More fire upon a PDF. Fire.